In a world hidden beyond the morning mist, where sunlight sang through golden trees, and every heartbeat of the forest glowed with life, there lived a fairy named Leora, the brightest among the wings of light. She could outfly the wind, chase the dawn, and make flowers bloom just by laughing. But fate has a way of testing even the strongest wings. For one moment, one storm was about to change her forever. And this is the story of the fairy who forgot to fly. The sky had been bright a moment ago, filled with songbirds and sunlight. Leora twirled in the air, her wings shimmering like morning dew. But magic can change without warning. Dark clouds gathered from nowhere, spinning faster, roaring louder. A magical storm, wild and alive. A cry echoed. A tiny bird trapped in the wind tumbled toward the ground. Without thinking, Leora dove after it. The storm roared louder, lightning split the sky, and then a blinding flash. The world went silent. Leora lay among the fallen petals, her wings torn, fading into dust. She reached behind her, but there was nothing left. For the first time, the little fairy couldn't feel the wind beneath her. When sunlight returned, Leora was still there, small, trembling, and silent. Her wings were gone. Only the faint shimmer of dust clung to her shoulders. She crawled toward the stream, hoping it was all a dream. But the water told the truth, a reflection of a fairy who could no longer fly. Above her, other fairies soared freely, laughter echoing like distant bells. Leora turned away, hiding beneath a fallen leaf, her heart heavy as stone. For the first time, she didn't feel like a part of the sky. She felt like she belonged to the ground. In the heart of that silent forest, where magic had dimmed, a rustle broke the stillness. Evan wandered in, chasing butterflies, laughter echoing through sunbeams. He stopped when he saw her, a tiny figure trembling by a glowing root, eyes full of tears, wings nowhere to be found. For a moment, both froze. Humans were rare here, and fairies feared their world of noise and greed. But there was something different in Evan's gaze, soft, curious, kind. He knelt down, speaking barely above a whisper. "Hey, it's okay. I won't hurt you." Leora blinked through her tears. No one had spoken to her since the fall. And in that quiet moment between a human and a broken fairy, the forest felt its first heartbeat of hope again. Leora wiped her tears, afraid to meet his gaze. But Evan only smiled, not with pity, but with warmth. "Don't be scared," he whispered. "I'll help you get your wings back." For a moment, the forest seemed to pause. Even the butterflies slowed, as if listening to his promise. No fairy had ever trusted a human before, but something in his voice, gentle, certain, made Leora believe. So she nodded, and with that single gesture, a friendship began that would change both their worlds. As sunlight filtered through the leaves, the boy and the wingless fairy stepped forward together into the heart of the enchanted woods. The deeper they went, the quieter the forest became. Leaves whispered like voices, guiding them toward a great tree, its trunk wide as a cottage, its eyes glowing softly with age. Evan stepped closer. "Who are you?" The tree's deep voice rumbled through the roots. "I am Elder Willow," it said, "keeper of whispers and forgotten wings." Leora's heart leapt. "Can you help me?" Elder Willow smiled, bark creaking like old laughter. "Little one," he said, "your wings are not lost, only asleep." She frowned. "Then how do I wake them?" The forest hushed. Even the breeze held its breath. "When you believe you can fly again," Elder Willow whispered, "the sky will remember you." And in that silence, something within her stirred, a flicker of hope, gentle but alive. The forest opened into a wide valley, silent at first, until the whispers began. Every word Leora had ever feared came back to her, echoing through the mist. "You failed. You're broken. You can't fly." The voices twisted around her, like cold wind through hollow stones. She covered her ears, trembling. "Make it stop." Evan knelt beside her. "They're only echoes," he said softly. "They have power only if you listen." Leora looked up at him, his words calm, his eyes steady. The echoes grew louder, but she took a deep breath. Then, slowly, she whispered back, "I am not broken." The mist rippled. The echoes faded one by one, until only the sound of the wind remained. For the first time, courage sounded louder than fear. The storm roared louder than ever before. The same storm that once took everything from Leora. Black vines rose from the ground, wrapping around Evan, pulling him down. Leora froze, her heart pounded like thunder. She remembered the night she fell, the night she lost her wings. But Evan's voice echoed through the chaos. "You're stronger than the fear, Leora. It doesn't own you anymore." With trembling hands, she lifted her gaze to the swirling sky. The darkness tried to whisper lies, but this time, she didn't listen. Light erupted from within her, brighter than lightning itself. The storm broke apart in a single burst of courage, and as the winds calmed, she saw Evan free, smiling, safe. As the last spark of stormlight faded, golden mist began to rise around them, soft and warm. The broken cliff beneath their feet dissolved into a glowing valley of light, where destiny awaited. The storm was gone, only golden mist remained. Leora blinked through the light, realizing they now stood in a valley she had never seen before, calm, radiant, alive. Evan reached for her hand. "You did it," he whispered, but before she could answer, something stirred within her, a warmth spreading from her heart to her shoulders. The mist began to shimmer. Light gathered behind her like morning sun breaking through clouds. She gasped, and as she turned, brilliant wings unfolded in a burst of silver and gold. Not fragile, not borrowed, but born from courage. Evan stepped back on his eyes. Leora smiled through tears. "I can fly, because I finally believe I can." The storm had vanished and the sky was gold once more. Leora's wings blazed with light as she lifted Evan higher, gliding through air that shimmered with warmth and color. Below them, the forest stretched wide, glowing, alive, reborn. "Hold on tight," she laughed, her voice like sunlight through rain. They rose above the clouds, spinning in pure joy, a fairy and a boy, carried by hope and wind alike. The valley unfurled beneath them, rivers gleamed, blossoms opened, and butterflies danced in trails of light. For the first time since her fall, Leora wasn't just flying, she was free. The dawn came quietly, painting the world in gold and rose. Leora stood before Evan, wings softly aglow, her eyes shimmering with gratitude. "Thank you," she whispered, "for reminding me that even the smallest heart can hold great courage." She reached out, and from her wings, a single feather drifted down, glowing with gentle light. "This will guide you whenever the skies feel dark," she said, "a promise between our worlds." Evan held the feather close, tears glistening in the morning light. And as the sun rose higher, the fairy's smile became the day's first spark of magic. Leora turned toward the horizon, spreading her radiant wings one last time, and with a swirl of light and wind, she was gone, leaving behind only hope, and the feather that still shimmered in his hand. As the first rays of dawn touched the valley, Leora stood upon the hill, her wings shimmering in soft golden light. From there, she could see Evan's village waking to a new day, peaceful, bright, and full of hope. In her hand, the feather still glowed, a promise that their worlds, human and fairy, would never drift apart again. And with a gentle smile, she whispered to the wind, "Thank you, my friend. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more magical journeys from Whimsyvision Storytimes, where every tale shines with a little bit of wonder."